Okay, today we are discussing about SQL, structured query language. So,
Okay.
Ali, आपको what do you know about SQL? Just tell me.
I know it's a query based language to like it is used to pull out data from large volume of data. For it is used to mine data and store data. It's a query language. It's not a scripting or a development language. It's a query language to pull data. That is the information I have.
Okay, okay. So, what is the need of SQL? Like, why we want to use SQL? What is the need of it?
SQL is an open source software and it helps us maintain large volume of data. Uh,
Mhm.
yeah, it helps us maintain large volume of data, like pull the data which is required at the moment, and helps us manage the data because nowadays everything is based on data. So that is how it works. And the best thing about it, it is an open source language and it is used by big and small companies alike.
Okay, okay. Okay,
And no,
let me
as
explain.
yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. Can you see my whiteboard?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Mm, yes. Okay, so we are talking about SQL. So why there is a need of SQL? So SQL is a programming language.
It's a programming
Okay.
language.
Yeah, programming language. So it's
Okay.
programming language for what? To connect to databases, relational database management systems.
Okay, what does that mean?
System. Okay. So we can I can give you an example. So for example, why there is a need of RDBMS system. Imagine before 15 years, if you want to pay your electricity bill, how would you do that? You will go to some small, I mean, electricity department or some place, and you have to stand in queue. Then one by one, each one of them would pay their electricity bill. That would take time. And what that person used to do, he used to write in one register, like, okay, so and so has paid this. Then finally they would update. I mean, so some registers kind of thing they used to maintain in the olden days, decades, if we go back decades. Now, slowly, what happened is relational database management system. So, this is just one example of electricity. There are lots of examples we can um, give. We can give. So, if we create a relational database management system, we can automate this process completely. So, you don't have to maintain physical records. So, what you can do, like for example, there are 10 members in the queue. Okay, so there are 10 members in the queue. What you can do, you can create a database with tables. So what does table contains? So here comes the concept of relational. So the first X that you have, right? Relational means in a database there will be multiple tables. One table, two table, three table. So all these tables will be related to each other. And this complete uh, you see, so this complete structure will come under a database. So the above part that you see, it's a database, and inside the database we'll have the tables, and tables are related. How they are related? For example, take this a table customers. First table is customers, and second table as their amount to be paid or billing. We can say billing table. Okay. Uh, third third one is there. I mean amounts. What we can say, invoices, invoice table, invoice and billing. So here all the customer details will be there. Here invoices. For example, today your electricity bill is generated, for example, and that record should come here. So instead of writing in the physical record, we are writing into the table. Then that way it becomes easy to store, also to analyze, and also we can automate. So what we can do, we can connect this database to front end application. Like for example, you have Paytm, right? And that kind of applications we can connect to this database. Let's say for example, uh, Telangana TSC. Uh, so this is the electricity department, Telangana electricity department. They will have an app. So that app will have a backend database. In that database, they will have multiple tables. So what you can see, what you can do, you will connect to this app and log in with your credential and pay your amount bill. So that will update your records in the backend, in the database and inside the tables. So this is how the complete end-to-end process of you know usage of database will happen in the real world. Now, what is I mean now um, now where should we use SQL? Why should we use SQL here? So here, this is just the architecture, right? How we are using database application, how it's connecting to each other. Now, what is the use of SQL? For example, you are data analyst. You have been given a task to find out how many customers did not pay the bill, or how many customers paid the bill late after due date, or how many customers paid the bill before due date. So if you have been given this kind of task and you have to find out, what you can do, you can use SQL query language to query these tables. So again, these tables will have values like customer ID, customer name, and let's say in the billing table, it will have their uh, bill mm, paid date and bill amount. And in the invoice table, they will have invoice date. On invoice date means the day on which electricity bill is generated, for example, and due date. Due date means at what the date before which they have to pay electricity bill, due date. So you can use SQL query language, SQL query programming language, and you can extract these questions, whatever I have told you just now, right? You can question these tables and you can extract that information. So that is the main purpose of using SQL. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you explain me what you have understood?
So, is a relational database management system, as it creates a relation between different databases and allow us to segregate and connect the data and uh, organize the data as per our requirement. And in times of need, we can pull the data from from the original database or from the database where it is stored as per our convenience and as per the segregation required. Suppose if we require the billing data or the invoice details of the customers who have paid the invoice and not paid the invoice can be pulled from the data just by typing in the query using the SQL.
Okay. Yeah. So here, so if you want to take notes, you can write these keywords. So first is RDBMS. RDBMS. So you will hear this word a lot. RDBMS or DVMS, also called as Database Management System, DBMS. So this is the keyword you can note down. Second is relation. Relation. Then third keyword would be database. Fourth keyword should be SQL. So you can note down this. So this will be helpful for you. So you can try to search on your own what is the difference between these two. What is database? What is SQL? What is relation? So you can read about this more. Okay.
Sure, I'll do that.
Okay. Now we'll understand in detail about RDBMS. Okay. RDBMS. What is RDBMS? RDBMS means Relational Database Management System. So, for example, think of an any product. Can you give me any product name?
Um, Product as in a database
Any product?
product.
No, not database. Any product name which you
Uh,
use daily.
s- Microsoft Excel.
No, not in IT. Just in general daily life. Take the
Okay.
name of any product.
Maybe a tea packet.
Okay. Tea packet. So we'll take example of tea packet. Now, this our main product is tea powder. Okay, tea powder. But this tea powder will be uh, produced by different companies, right?
Yeah.
So, do you know any of the three names of
Tata.
tea powder companies?
Yeah. Tata. Then we
Okay,
have Brook Bond
okay,
and maybe the Limpton. Something.
hmm, okay. Some XYZ.
Yeah, red label and yellow label we can have. So it will be easier
Okay,
to note, I guess.
okay. So let's say tea is a product and it is been produced by multiple companies. Now, in the same way, RDBMS is a concept. Relational database management is a concept, and it is a database management system which is produced by multiple vendors. For example, Microsoft. Microsoft has its own RDBMS, similar
Yeah.
to the T example I'm giving you. Okay. Then Oracle. Oracle has its own RDBMS management system. Then similarly, others like there are other vendors as well, like IBM. IBM also has its own IDBMS database management system. So now here's if you understand this, you will be able to crack the biggest. Uh, no, a question. It can be asked in some interview questions as well. So what is the difference between uh, SQL Server and Oracle? So here you can answer this question.
Yeah, I just have a
So,
small doubt.
hmm, yeah,
Yeah, this
go ahead.
MySQL is open source from Oracle, right? Am I correct?
Yes, yes, you are right. You're right.
Okay, thank you.
So Microsoft, yeah. So Microsoft use this concept RDBMS management system and produce its own database which is called SQL Server. Okay.
Okay.
I can show you here. SQL Server. You can see, yeah. So Microsoft has its own database called SQL Server. You can see here, right?
No, I cannot see actually. I can just see the
Ah,
whiteboard, not the screen.
okay, one second. Mhm. Okay. Can you see now?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. So Microsoft has its own RDBMS, which is called SQL Server. Here you can see. Okay. Next, we'll come back. Okay. Then Oracle has its own database management system, which is called Oracle itself, Oracle shell. And Oracle also has acquired MySQL open source uh, database management system. So Oracle now has two databases. One is Oracle, and another is MySQL. This is clear, right?
Yes, it is.
Now, okay. IBM has its own database called IBM DB2. DB2. So the main funda here
Just to
is
confirm, even
RDBMS. Yeah, right.
nothing. Just to confirm, even Amazon has its own
Yes,
database
yes,
system, right?
yes. Amazon has its own. I'm not able to recall that name. Yeah, it has its own. It has created its own database. Yeah,
Okay,
you're
thank
right.
you for clarification.
Okay. Now, this part you have understood, right?
Yeah, so there are various
Okay.
brands who have their own uh, database management systems.
Yeah. Yes. Now, next we'll come to the programming languages. Now, in programming languages, you will see various names as well. For example, similar to RDBMS, we have SQL. SQL is
So,
called Structured Programming Language. It's a standard. It's a standard language which can be used by many databases. But they have changed the names. For example, Microsoft SQL Server, it uses SQL programming language which is called T-SQL.
T-SQL.
Okay. T, just prefix T, and it's Microsoft SQL Server, which is I mean which works for SQL, but which works for SQL Server. Most of the things will
So
be
just
same,
to
but vendor specific few functions will be different. Few functionalities will be different. Like Microsoft
so
has developed their own, right? Okay. You have any questions?
yeah, I have. I just wanted to ask. When we are using this different brands, like you already said, few functions
Hmm.
will be different. So the
Yeah.
outlook means on the application which we work on, will that be different, or will that also be similar? The UI of the application in which this programming,
Mm.
so these query languages will run.
Yeah. UI will be little bit different, not much. Okay. So UI will be little bit different. So what? For example, Microsoft will have this UI in which you can run T-SQL. Oracle will have its own UI or multiple other, products. There are clients. This is called client. So whatever product we use to connect to database is called client. So we can use multiple clients to connect to these databases, SQL Server or Oracle or MySQL. So their UIs will be little bit different. The main purpose will be I mean, the main focus will be to write the query and run it. So learning UI will be easy. You can just type in the Google, so how to do this in this UI. So that will be easy. You got it? What I'm saying?
Yeah, I understood. I just wanted to ask, yeah, means if I learn just the standard structured programming language, I can work on any of these systems, right? I need not like
Yes,
learn
yes.
specifically for Oracle, Microsoft, IBM, Amazon, and so on.
Yeah, yeah. So what I suggest you is focus on any one of the programming languages. For example, uh, focus on T-SQL or focus on Oracle. Oracle's language is called PL-SQL. So it's vendor specific name, but all the functionalities will be same except only the few of the functions will be different. So
No,
you can focus on any one that will make you an expert. So if you focus on this or this, don't try to juggle between these two. Okay, I learn T-SQL also, PL-SQL. That will make you confused. So if you just focus on one, right, T-SQL, it will help you master that programming language. And if you, for example, if you get a chance to work on Oracle also, then in that case, you can easily search on Google like how to do the same thing in Oracle. So there will be lot of uh, blogs or um, people have already written a lot of stuff, so you can easily get from web. Okay. Yeah. So structured query language is a standard programming language. Like, for example, let's say you have a keyboard. So as per the ANSI standard, what they said, all the you know buttons on the keyboards on every laptop should be same. And as per the ANSI standards, um, yeah, I think you know about ANSI standards. So they will make some standards that will be followed by all the vendors. So similarly, SQL also has ANSI standards that will be followed by all the vendors: Microsoft, Oracle Database, IBM. So you will not find it difficult to switch between any of the programming languages, either T-SQL, PL-SQL, IBM DB2. There will be some challenges, but that can be handled. But if you focus on just one of the programming language and master it, right, it will be very easy for you. Okay. So now I have told you like there will be some difference. So I'll explain you what will be the difference in just few seconds. Mm, okay. So let's say is equal. This is Microsoft's T SQL. This is Oracle PL SQL. Okay. So if someone tells you, Ali, write the query to get top 10 customer details. So here how you will write the query. Select star from customers. Typing on the whiteboard. Okay. Are you able to see now?
yes, I got it. I got it. Thank you.
Okay. 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 So now I'm explaining the difference between T SQL and PL SQL as an example. So for
Yeah, I mean
example,
syntax difference, right?
yeah, syntax as well as some functionality.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
So for example, if someone asks you, to write a query to get all the customers. So if you are doing for T-SQL, this is how you will do, select star from customers. So if you are doing for PL SQL, the same thing, you will do the same thing. So there is no difference. So in basic, there is no difference here. But if someone asks you to write a query to get uh, top 10 customers from T-SQL, so what you will do? Select top 10 star from customers. So this is how you will write in T-SQL. So what is the difference? You have given top 10 function here. Here you can see this is the difference. Now, the same thing, if you have been asked to get top 10, just any random 10 customers from the PL SQL database, then this is how you will write.
Just to confirm, this
Mm.
SQL, this is not so like case sensitive, right?
No, no, it's not cases.
Is it case sensitive for the terms such as customer or which are like non-syntax
No,
based for
no, no. This
generic
is
terms?
syntax based, but but you can. This is not case sensitive. Keywords are not case sensitive.
The programming syntax is not case sensitive, but the database syntax, is it case sensitive? Suppose I type capital C and search for a data, and I type in a lower case, then will I not be able to pull the same data? Will there be a difference?
So, like for example, here is the statement. So, if you write this statement in this form, like small, all small, select star from, or if you make customer capital C, when title case, if you make the customer stable title case, it will not make any difference in the query. Okay, query is not case sensitive. The query keywords are not case sensitive. But what you search, it can be case sensitive. What you search inside the customer tables, like for example, names. So names can be case sensitive based on, I mean, how do we search? So there it will make a difference. But here, this syntax is not case sensitive. Okay. So I will come back to my previous point. What is the difference between TL SQL and P SQL? Okay. So here you can see what is the difference between these two. Can you highlight?
Between TSQL and PSQL, right?
Yes, yes. So what is the difference between these two queries? So this query is from T SQL and the other query is from PL SQL. So what is
Uh,
the difference between these two?
in the first query, you have given select top 10 from the customers. In this, we have used another keyword which is where and row and number with
Okay,
a
row
greater
yeah,
than, yeah,
less
that
than or equal to
greater
10.
than, yeah, sorry,
This
less
is
than or
less
equal
than.
to 10. Yeah, I'm
Okay,
sorry. Yeah.
okay. So what was the original question? The original question was select any random 10 customers from customers table. So this was the original question. So the question is same. How you do in T-SQL is little bit different. Here you will need to use top 10. Here you need to use row num less than or equal to 10. So that is how there are minor differences. But you can notice select is same, star is same, from is same, customers is same. So basic structure like standards are same, just functions will differ. So top 10 is a function, row num less than or equal to 10 is another function in PL/SQL. So T-SQL uses top 10, PL/SQL uses row num. So this is just a minor difference. So
Yeah, just
you can understand it. So as you learn, you will understand more about these differences. Any questions here?
yeah, I just wanted to ask, when we use the symbol less than or equal to 10, so will this not pull a specific number? Like suppose we have given a serial number, like we have assigned serial number to the database 1 to 10, let's suppose 1 to 100. So when we give this, will this not pull first 10 data, or it will pull the random data for that
Yeah,
PLSQL?
this is not a ID. This is a function. Row num is a function. Right now I think we are going into the advanced concept, so it is better to not discuss it now, because I will explain you in further classes, because this is going advanced levels. So row num is
Understood.
a function which we can use. It is an inbuilt function. It's an Oracle inbuilt function which we use to get any random 10 records. We are not filtering on based on the IDs. So for example, customer ID 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 till 20 we have. Let's say for example. So we are not filtering this based on the customer IDs. This is an inbuilt function we are using in the where clause to get any random 10 records from our customers table.
Understood.
You
Thank you.
understood it? Okay. 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 We'll pause it here and then we can connect back in some time.